I'll go 5 minutes.
Dale. Vámonos. It is just a wet towel. The nervous system till. Fuck you! Fair enough.
Damn fucking right.
Kill you. I was hungry. I'm gonna take the tape.
No idea who you fuck with me.
The brothers.
You clearly are somebody. I am a brother of 3 generations.
Explain up.
That woman was my wife.
Not a thief. The bar you do, I'm looking for her.
Deputy Shield.
You should keep your voice down.
A girl kills 3 people.
Not stopping until I do.
No!
Okay, we're done. Been in construction my whole.
The train doesn't see, brother.
I'm looking for blue glass.
That's all.
Son, not yours.
7K for half a pound. Let's having breakfast. Now get the fuck.
Hi, asshole.
He's here.
Hiding in the trees. Fuck! He just fucked!
Show me your hand.
Business with Dimi Bull while his wife was at. Do you know who you are? Fucking brand!
Mary.
Stay there.
Daddy.
Because of you.
He could have left you in there, Grandpa.
I'll take care of.
God aim.
My name is Jenny Garcia.
It's a video call.
Demi says you.
Yeah. Whatever.
Not sleepy.
Blue, green. All of them, okay? Take all the money. Hey, stop. Now we make a deal and you be closer and she dies.
You disappear.
No.
Me leave?
Good rest. And I. Oh, he's Viper.
Okay, Demi. There. She's in there. She's there. I send them to clients, they make specialty service.
These are human beings.
Money gives a shit where it comes. You still haven't told me why. No.
We're all just numbers.
To go now, sir.
That's the best. I wonder what you look like.
The fuck was that?
Lock and load. Hey! Demon!
You just, yeah.
I forget. I wasn't with you.
I know, but...
Oh, that is not good. Hang on.
Stem.
What was that?
Mind your ears.
No? What was that?
You ready to go?
He came for.
To move quietly in the world.
Hey guys, today we're diving headfirst into the gritty, gear-grinding world of A Working Man, the 2025 thriller that proves you don't need a cape to be a hero. Our story kicks off with Arthur Art Jenkins, a man whose alarm clock starts its daily assault on the peace and quiet long before the sun even thinks about it. He's one of those silent warriors who keeps the world spinning, one factory shift at a time. Before you head off, if you're enjoying the kind of content I make, please consider liking and subscribing. No pressure, but it truly helps me keep the action coming. Art's workplace isn't some quaint little workshop. It's Onacorp, a corporate behemoth that practically owns the town. The clatter of machinery, the hiss of hydraulic presses, and the constant hum of the assembly line are the daily soundtrack of his life. He's been here for decades, grafting away, ensuring every widget meets spec. You know, the kind of job where you can taste the metal in the air, a flavor that surprisingly never gets old for some. It's hard, honest work, but there's a quiet dignity to the relentless rhythm of the conveyor belt. His hands, calloused and strong, move with the practiced precision only years of dedication can forge. One mundane Tuesday, amidst the ceaseless horror of the line, Art notices something that tugs at his finely tuned senses, a batch of industrial lubricant crucial for the heavy machinery they're assembling, has the wrong label. It's a lower grade, not what the specs demand. To anyone else, it might be a simple clerical error, easily overlooked among the thousands of parts. But Art, a man who knows this factory's guts better than his own living room, immediately recognizes the potential for catastrophic failure. The metallic clang of the parts hitting the line suddenly sounds like a warning bell, a discordant note. In the factory symphony, it's like finding a cheap, plastic toy inside a luxury watch, an immediate red flag that screams nope, not right. Being a working man means you usually follow the chain of command, so Art takes his concern to Foreman Miller, a man whose patience runs thinner than a worn-out penny. Art tries to explain, pointing to the label, the potential dangers, but Miller, whose eyes seem permanently fixed on a distant retirement cruise, dismisses him with a wave of his hand and a gruff "mind your station." Jenkins, the frustration is palpable. You can almost hear the air crackle with Art suppressed. Indignation, the foreman's tone is like a rusty bolt, unwilling to turn, no matter how much force you apply. It's the classic don't rock the boat mentality, but Art knows this isn't just a ripple. It's a potential tsunami of trouble. Undeterred, and with a nagging gut feeling, Art decides to become a midnight detective under the cloak of night. He slips back into the deserted factory, the familiar sounds now amplified by the silence, each creak and groan echoing like a ghost. He moves with the quiet stealth of a man who knows every shortcut and hidden nook. The metallic aroma of the place, now less a comfort, more a companion in his clandestine operation. Flashlight beam dancing across dusty ledgers and towering stacks of crates, he finds more than just a label error. There's a systematic cover-up, a discrepancy between what's ordered and what's actually used. It's like finding a secret compartment in a house you thought you knew inside out, and what's inside is definitely not a treasure map. The next day, a wary colleague, Maria, pulls Art aside during a coffee break. Her voice, usually a cheerful hum, is now a hushed whisper, a nervous undercurrent in the clatter of the break room. She warns him to drop it, mentioning eyes and ears everywhere, and the word trouble hangs heavy in the air like exhaust fumes. The steam rising from their coffee mugs seems to obscure more than just their faces. It shrouds the very truth they're dancing around. Maria's fear is palpable. You can practically feel her heart thumping against her ribs. It's a classic movie moment where the innocent bystander knows more than they let on, and suddenly, Art isn't just investigating a bad batch of oil. He stumbled into something much darker. The factory, once a symbol of his daily grind, now feels like a cage. The warnings quickly escalate from whispered threats to physical intimidation. Art returns to his beat-up sedan after a long shift. The kind of car that's seen more miles than a particularly ambitious snail, only to find both tires on one side perfectly, maliciously slashed. And then, the cherry on top of this delightful Sunday of fear, a note tucked under his windshield wiper, stark and chilling, drop it, or else. The silence of the empty parking lot suddenly feels menacing, amplifying the crackle of his growing anger. It's no longer a suggestion, it's a direct threat, a metallic clang of a gauntlet being thrown down. The ordinary working man is now squarely in the crosshairs, and the world just got a whole lot sharper and a whole lot scarier. The sense of unease follows Art home, a shadow clinging to his every step as he sits with his family, trying to maintain a semblance of normalcy. His eyes are drawn to a dark, nondescript sedan parked a little too perfectly across the street. The quiet murmur of his family's conversation is almost drowned out by the thrumming anxiety in his chest. Every shadow seems to hold a secret, every distant sound a potential threat. The comfort of his home, once his sanctuary from the world's harshness, now feels like a glass house, exposed and vulnerable. It's that chilling moment where you realize the monster isn't just in the closet, it's right outside your window. Watching, desperate for answers, Art dives into late-night research, his fingers flying across the libraries, archaic computer keyboard, searching for anything connected to Omnicorp's shadier dealings. The hushed rustle of turning pages and the quiet clicks of keyboards form a backdrop to his mounting frustration. Then a stranger, a woman with keen, observant eyes, brushes past him, and with a subtle, practiced move, presses a crumpled business card into his hand. Before Art can even react, she's gone, melting into the shadows between the towering bookshelves. The card holds a phone number and a cryptic message, a lifeline thrown from the deep end. It's like finding a secret cheat code in a game you thought was impossible. Suddenly, the odds shift ever so slightly. The mysterious card leads Art to a dimly lit, smoky bar, the kind of place where secrets go to hide. There, he meets Marcus, a grizzled, world-weary ex-Omnicorp engineer whose eyes have seen too much. The clink of glasses and the low murmur of conversation can't quite mask the tension in the air. Marcus, initially suspicious and cautious, gradually opens up, the words tumbling out like loose change. He confirms Art's suspicions and slides a thick folder across the table, heavy with damning evidence, schematics, internal memos, a paper trail leading straight to a dangerous cover-up. The weight of the folder feels immense in Art's hands, heavier than any tool he's ever wielded. It's the moment the working man realizes he's not just a cog. He's been handed the entire blueprint to the machine. Meanwhile, in the gilded cage of the Omnicorp boardroom, Mr. Thorne, the CEO whose smile is as genuine as a $3 bill, is not amused. He's watching grainy security footage of Art on a sleek, high-definition monitor. The air in the room is thick with corporate power and quiet menace, a stark contrast to the factory floor's clang and clamor. His security chief, a man who looks like he takes bad news personally, briefs Thorne on Art's snooping. The stakes get real fast. Art is driving home, the silence of his car only broken by the hum of the engine, when a massive semi-truck, appearing out of nowhere, suddenly veers directly into his lane. The screech of tires on asphalt, the blare of his horn, and the gut-wrenching lurch as he swerves violently to avoid a head-on collision. The truck roars past, its air horn a deafening bellow, a chilling metallic echo in the night. He barely makes it, his heart hammering against his ribs like a frantic drum solo. The working man is learning that corporate malfeasance isn't just about spreadsheets. It's about trying to turn you into one. This isn't just an accident waiting to happen. It's an accident being carefully orchestrated. The ambush comes swiftly, in a grimy alleyway, the metallic clang of a dumpster lid echoing as the shadowy figures close in. These aren't just goons, they move with a trained precision that makes the hair on Art's neck stand up. He fights back, not with fancy martial arts, but with the raw, desperate strength of a man who's hoisted 1,000 heavy boxes. The crack of his fist connecting with a jaw is sickeningly real, followed by a grunt of pain. He uses the environment, a loose pipe, a discarded crate, turning the urban detritus into makeshift weapons. Cornered, he spies an open garbage chute. With a grunt, he shoves a surprised assailant away, scrambles up, and slides down into a stinking, soft landing in a dumpster. It's not glamorous, but it works. This working man is now a running man, proving that sometimes the best escape plan involves smelling absolutely terrible. Now on the run, Art finds refuge in a dingy, forgotten motel room, the kind of place where the carpet whispers forgotten stories. The TV hums softly in the corner, its flickering light casting long, dancing shadows across his worried face. He spreads Marcus's folder across the bedspread, the documents now looking less like evidence and more like a ticking time bomb. The sheer scale of Omnicorp's deception begins to sink in, not just faulty lubricant, but a global network of industrial negligence and corporate malfeasance, potentially endangering countless lives. The silence in the room is broken only by the rustle of papers and the heavy thud of his own realization. This isn't just about saving his job, it's about saving lives. The working man is now a reluctant whistleblower, a pretty heavy burden to carry, especially when all you wanted was a quiet life. Remember that cryptic business card? Turns out it leads to Ghost, a young, brilliantly eccentric hacker operating out of a lair that looks like a tangled explosion of wires, monitors, and half-eaten pizza boxes. The rhythmic click-clack of keyboards and the glow of multiple screens provide the soundtrack to this digital underworld. Art, a man whose familiarity with computers extends to turning them on, is a fish out of water, but Ghost, intrigued by the sheer audacity of Art's story, agrees to help. The files Art brought are a goldmine, and Ghost quickly begins to untangle Omnicorp's digital web, the screen filling with a mesmerizing cascade of code. It's like watching a magic trick, but instead of rabbits, they're pulling incriminating data out of thin air. The working man has found an unlikely digital ally, a true geek hero for our times. The plan hit them where it hurts. Art, with Ghost's remote guidance crackling in his ear, returns to Omnicorp not as an employee, but as a saboteur. The factory, once his haven, now feels like a war zone. Alarms blare, a piercing wail that echoes through the vast industrial space as Ghost remotely uploads the damning data. Art, meanwhile, becomes bait, drawing a swarm of armed, humorless security guards into a high-octane chase through the factory's labyrinthine passages. The metallic clang of his boots on the concrete floor, the shouted commands of the guards, the whir of machinery, it all becomes a symphony of chaos. He ducks under conveyor belts, scrambles over machinery, using his intimate knowledge of the factory layout to his advantage. It's like a real-life game of hide and seek, but with very real, very painful consequences. The working man is now an action hero, minus the spandex, thankfully. Cornered in a vast storage bay, Art doesn't reach for a gun. He reaches for a forklift, the roaring engine, the metallic grind of the gears, and the squeal of the tires as he deftly maneuvers the heavy machinery. He uses it to barricade a doorway, sending sparks flying as the forks scrape against the metal frame. Another moment, and he's swinging a colossal crane arm, not to lift, but to shatter a security camera, sending plastic shards scattering. The rhythmic thud of guards' boots slows as they encounter obstacle after obstacle, their shouts of frustration echoing. It's a symphony of destruction, a beautiful chaos orchestrated by a man who knows these machines intimately. The working man is turning his workplace into his personal, industrial playground, and the bad guys are definitely not invited to play. Art finally bursts into the humming, sterile environment of the server room, the air thick with the faint scent of ozone. Ghost, fingers a blur on the keyboard, is nearing completion. But then the door slams open, revealing Thorne's head of security, a man built like a brick wall and twice as charming. The fight that ensues is a brutal ballet of fists and feet amidst the glowing server racks, the crack of bone, the grunts of exertion, the metallic clang of a security chief's watch hitting the floor. It's a raw, visceral struggle. Art, fueled by adrenaline and a deep sense of injustice, fights with the desperation of a cornered animal. Every punch thrown, every kick landed, feels like it carries the weight of all the working men he's fighting for. The dust settles and life, slowly but surely, begins to find a new rhythm. Art is at home, the warmth of his family surrounding him, a stark contrast to the cold, metallic clang of the factory floor. He looks out at a brighter horizon, a small, genuine smile finally gracing his lips. The quiet moments are now filled with a different kind of peace, not the strained quiet of fear, but the serene calm of resolution, he's no longer just a working man. He's a man who worked, fought, and won. His journey from a simple laborer to an unlikely hero serves as a powerful reminder that ordinary people can do extraordinary things when pushed to their limits. It shows us that true strength isn't just in muscles, but in the unwavering conviction to do what's right, even when the odds are stacked against you like a tower of poorly stacked boxes. And that, my friends, is a story worth telling. The fight might be over, but the ripples of change will be felt for a long, long time.